I used to hate to go to these programs, but I was her son, and those were my babysitters. Right. So the program. And I said, man, I'll never do anything like this. I'll never have programs for kids. And, I've been doing it for 25 years. So never say never.
Never say never.
Never say never.
You'll find yourself in that shoebox, I guess you would say.
Exactly. So you had said to me, don't let the no's in life stop you from growing or going forward.
Yeah, sometimes you'll hear a no. Oh, no, you can't do that. Who's that person to tell you can't do it? Now, you may not have the skills or the qualifications at this time, but if that's something that you truly want to do, that means you got to buckle down. If it means going back to school, if it means learning math, you got to buckle down and learn the math, or go back to school and learn whatever skill that you're missing and do it.
Yeah. This is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn, my goodness, and we pass it along. Tune in and listen to us every Sunday from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. as we give you our story with the Lively Art of Conversation. I know you're listening. It is 7:30 hours in the morning military time. And if you're not at PT, I'm just playing. This is Dr. Rodney Duck with the Lively Art of Conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn. My goodness, we pass it along. I'm here with another exciting show. When I mean exciting show, I'm bringing in everybody that is close to me, everybody that made me be who you know today, the Dr. Rodney Duckett. Every time we sometimes think that we are by ourselves in this world, but there are people cheering for you and praying for you, or on your team, and they have different ways of contributing to your team to make you the very best that you could possibly be. But before I get into this show, I want to do this. I want to say thank you to all my underwriters that's been a part of this show. I appreciate everything that you have done for me. Keep the money flowing, because we need the money for this show. And your money actually goes to a great cause, because you hear it every Sunday, where we introduce people to the community and find out things that we may or may not know about them. So at this time, I'd like to thank my underwriters.
This is Lavina Sabri with So Natural Catering and Bomb A Lemonade, and you're listening to the Lively Art of Conversation.
Hello. This is Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation. As we live, we learn, we earn, and we pass that wisdom along. Join us every Sunday from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. as we bring to you our story. You bring your story, we give you our story, and our story is how we engage in our community. Everybody has a story, and we're waiting to hear your story. So if you're interested, reach out to us at livelyartofconversation@gmail.com.
Looking to elevate your brand or capture unforgettable moments? New Image Media offers top-tier videography, photography, personal branding, and more. They combine creativity and quality with fair pricing and friendly service, so you get the results you want. Whether it's a business promo or special occasion, they bring your vision to life with quality you can trust. Choose New Image Media, where your image is everything. For more info, email media@newimagemiallc.com. Words have power. They connect, heal, and inspire. That's the mission at Better Watch It Tone, LLC, founded by Toni B. Shelton. She's empowering through powerful poetry and prose, with hundreds impacted through speaking events, workshops, and 8 self-published books. Ready to honor the story within? Discover books and coaching at betterwatchitone.com. For event poetry or book writing support, email TonyShelton@gmail.com. Let's use our words to uplift. Better watch it, Tone. You've built a life worth celebrating. Now it's time to be seen. At Las Foto de Lance Photography, they don't just take portraits, they capture the fire in your spirit and the power in your presence. Whether you're reclaiming your confidence, owning your story, or stepping into a new chapter, Las Foto de Lance Photography creates luxury images that reflect the real you. Visit lasfotodelance.net or drop by their Harker Heights studio. Las Foto de Lance Photography, unapologetically you, immortalized.
Hello, this is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Heritage Legacy Curators. You're looking for something for your kids to do this summer? Well, reach out to me at Impact Outreach, IMPAC Outreach @gmail.com. because Heritage Legacy Curators is all about collecting oral history. So if you have stories that you would love to pass down to your kids, or if you have a project that maybe your kids need to do as it relates to oral history, bring those family albums out and we'll sit there and we'll sort through those family albums, so that way we can collect those stories and keep those stories within the family, so that way they can be the next speakers to curate your family reunion. We're back with the lively art of conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn. My goodness, we pass it along. I have a wonderful show here for you today, and like I said, this guest is very near and dear to me. So as we do every week, what I like to do is start off with the word, the quote, and the question of the week. So you know the deal. If you don't have pen, paper in your hand right now, or your notepad opening up on your phone so that way you can take notes, you're absolutely wrong. And I'm not going to wait for you, because I'm going to get on with the show. So guess what? The word is words of the day. So, and I found this to be very powerful, because my guest had given me this information. I said, you know what? Let's use it. Let's not make life harder than what it has to be. So the words of the week is be your best. That's right. Be your best. The quote is, do your best to be your best and be kind to all of those you come in contact with. Man, that's powerful. That is simply powerful. Your question, what are you striving at to be better than what you were? What are you striving? What is your internal mechanism that is making you the best person that you can possibly be? Many times we fall short on our greatness because of, I don't know, outside chatter that stops us, or sometimes inside doubt that keeps us halted. But what are you doing right now to fix that, to be your better best? Remember, the word of this week is to be your best. And we've got to figure out how to get past some of those bumps, hurdles, and stop signs that kind of keep us stuck in this position. We want you to be your best. The community needs you to be your best. Your family needs you to be your best. But most importantly, you need to be your best, which leads me to my guest today. Now, if there's ever a word called best in the dictionary, this man's got this big old shining face with this smile right next to it. This guy right here is very close to me. Like, when you hear me use the word big brother, I really mean this. Like, I really appreciate everything about this man. His coolness under pressure, his wisdom that he gives me, because you know I'm a bit of a firecracker at times. But when I reach out to Steve, he always has that big brother calming spirit that tells me, like, hold up, let's calm down. Let's think about it. Let's talk about this. Or he gives me just great advice. It is advice that I really, really need. So I'm not afraid to step out on a limb to reach out to this brother for advice. So my guest today, which I've already said his name, is none other than my big brother, Mr. Steve Johnson.
Well, thank you, Mr. Duckett, for that gracious introduction. But you are what I would call my big brother.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
I admire everything that you've done since I've met you.
Man, I mean, the feeling is so mutual between us, because like I said, you have been one of the people that I appreciate more than anything else, like in this community, like more than you know, because anytime I've asked you, could you be of service, you've always said when and where. You know, it's just amazing me, because sometimes people, you got to kind of beg, can you come out, can you do this? But you always like, when and where, you know, and I really appreciate that, man.
Well, I appreciate you as well, because I've asked you to come out to support some events that I've hosted. Yes. And you have been there. And I was like, I know I can count on Dr. Duckett. He's going to be there.
Yes, man. Brother, if I have never said this before, and I'm going to say this right here, right now, publicly on the air with my 3,000 listeners that's listening. I'm growing every day. I'm growing. You are the personification of manhood, brother, and I wish there were more men like you in the community. That's right, I said it. So if you got a problem, you know how to reach out to me. You can't argue the fact that Steve himself, Mr. Johnson himself, is the personification of manhood. So when you see him out in public doing what he's doing, he's practicing the art of manhood.
Well, thank you very much. Trying to Be like you.
Oh, come on, man.
I know
on,
we're
brother.
throwing back and forth, but I'm serious, man.
Oh, my goodness. Now, Steve, I know your background. I know your history, but there's a lot of people that see you that don't realize who you are and what you've had to become to be the best you that you are today. Tell them a little bit about your life.
A little about my life. I'm originally from Biloxi, Mississippi, raised by a single mother since age 3. She was an educator. After graduating from high school, I decided to join the military as an enlisted service member. Multiple launch rocket systems. Did that for about a couple of years. Did that 2-year program. Mm-hmm. And just so happened while I was on active duty, I had a great NCO, and I got to give him props, Sergeant First Class Johnson. He was like, hey, you don't need to be hanging with them. You need to go to, you're only here for going to college anyway. You need to go to night school. Came back with that first A in night school, and he was like, hey, Sergeant Irvin, take him down there to the education building. Sign him up again. He's doing well. We walk in the education building, and I tell you, there was a bulletin board over there that said green to gold scholarships. And Sergeant Irvin says, you're going to apply for that? And I said, no. Sergeant Johnson said I had to sign up for a night class. That's all I have to do. He says, you're going to apply for that. And he said it again, and I looked down at the bottom of the board, and it was yesterday's date that it ended. And I said, nope, can't. It ended yesterday. The minute I said it ended yesterday, she walks out, and she puts a sign over the front of it that says, extended 2 weeks. He says, you're going to apply to that. So I applied, and 8 months later, I'm sitting on CQ. I get a call from Virginia saying, can I speak to Mr. Johnson? Because I answered the phone. I'm on CQ, Bravo Battery 627. This is Specialist Johnson speaking. I'm Mr. Johnson. You've been awarded 4 scholarships. I need a decision here of which one you want to go. Wow. I was like, huh, what? But long story short, the Paul Harvey of it is I chose the 4-year Green to Gold scholarship. I had the Army College Fund, the GI Bill, and now I have this scholarship in my lap. And a choice of any HBCU I wanted to go to. Of course, I chose Howard. But when I called and they said, well, we'll help you get room and board. And I was like, Jackson State said they'll pay for it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I love Howard, but definitely.
I was like, and that's back at home. I'll be close to Mom. Thank you, but I'll go to Jackson State University.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Went to Jackson State University, graduated BS in computer science, and was commissioned that same day in field artillery, and spent the next 12 years with Uncle Sam. Wow. Decided to switch from field artillery to space operations, and retired in Huntsville, Alabama in 2012 as a space operation officer. And decided to move back to Killeen.
You know, I'll say this. I just recently was at Roy J. Smith for their back to school, and we came up with a kind of like a little hashtag was Operation Opportunity, and it's amazing the opportunity that you just received. You know, based off of someone pushing you to jump, and then the creator, the universe, pretty much saying, yeah, you say it's closed, but I'm going to show you where your destiny lies.
Thank you for that comment. Yes, definitely. That's the way it felt.
Yeah,
it definitely felt that way. Hey, God has a purpose for you. This is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And when I look back in the education building, even before the scholarship, when I first went in to apply for the night class, I had wrote down 3 things I wanted to do.
Okay.
I wrote down I wanted to go to college, I wanted to become an officer, and I wanted to become a senator. I've done 2.
Wow. Okay. Senator's next. Senator is
I've
next.
done 2. I don't know about senator at this point.
I've
been watching the news.
Yeah, you got it though. Yeah, wonderful choice. I met both of them. You're a wonderful choice. Yeah.
But after retiring, coming back to Killeen, I took a year off, and I was like, hey, I'm retired. I'm not going to do anything. But as we know, man must work.
Oh,
and I was still too young. What I call young. Only 42. Yeah. And I was like, I got to go back to work.
Yeah.
So I became an educator. I got certified as a teacher, taught, and taught in Cove first, and spent the last 5 years in Killeen, and decided to retire early from education.
Yeah.
And now I've had a year off, and it's time for me to go back to work.
It's amazing. I was telling Miss Bobby Reeder over at Roy J. Smith, like you never know what pedigree these men have, these volunteers or some of these school teachers. I mean, you have people that have received opportunities, that have grown from these opportunities, become great people, and you're the type of men that we need around our children. Even if it's in a part-time capacity of just talking to them, because at one time you were them.
Right, definitely. Yeah. That's one major reasons I went back to education. My mom was an educator for over 38 years plus, but I was like, down at the elementary level, how many male African Americans do you often see in the classroom? Few.
Yeah, definitely.
If any. I know when I was growing up, I did have a male in my elementary years. He was the music teacher, but he was not my primary teacher that I saw on a daily basis. So we know we have coaches, but who's in the classroom with those students on a daily basis that they get to see?
Yeah, and a kid that we both know that I've worked with, and he's been on the show, he speaks very highly of you.
Well, yeah. Thank you, Isaiah. I appreciate it.
No, he really does. And the family thinks highly of you, too, because Isaiah is Isaiah, if you know Isaiah. But, we were in Washington, D.C., and we seen a gentleman that kind of just fit you. Mm-hmm. And I looked at Isaiah. Isaiah looked at me. He said, "You look like Mr. Johnson." I said, "How do you feel about Mr. Johnson?" He was like, "He's a good man." He's a good man. So again, you have made waves in children's life, and you made them better because you taught a very difficult subject. No one likes math.
No, well, I like math.
You like math. You like math, but to actually teach math to children and get them to enjoy it and like it is a very, very special thing, man.
Yeah. Definitely. I would say definitely it is one of those harder subjects to teach and get students to understand. One, you need to know it.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be a star. I'll hire somebody. Well, you won't have a lot of money.
Definitely. And it's kind of crazy. Like, I read the autobiography of Abraham Lincoln years ago, and they talked about one of the things that Abraham Lincoln had to do prior to the presidency to get himself ready is he studied algebra. He studied on his own. Right. He went back to study to get that mental gymnastics that he needed to make those decisions. Math helps you with decision making. So definitely. So I truly commend you. Let's talk about a little bit more of your military service. Okay.
Airborne, yes. While I was in college, I decided to go and become a paratrooper. Unfortunately, I was a 5-jump chump. But I've jumped out of a plane. Would I do it again? Not with these knees.
Yeah, definitely. But that's what I'm saying. The service that you've provided for your nation, man, I don't want it to go unrecognized. You are patriotism. That's what you are. You are patriotism. And like I told your frat brother, he was just here last show, is anybody can put something on their lapel and say that they're patriotic, but it is the ones that are served, it is the ones that are walking with crab walkers and back braces and, halos around their head. Though that is true patriotism. That is giving your body to this country in the pursuit of freedom, justice, and liberty for all, man. So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate anyone who's ever put on the uniform, even if it was just for, hey, I made it through basic training and had to get out. Okay, appreciate your service.
Yeah, definitely, man. And here's the deal. If you guys are young men are out there, I got a young man. He's leaving. Well, he's already left. I'm sorry. And he's become a Marine. It was kind of a last-minute decision, Mr. Kenny. It was last minute. And he was going to go a different route, but he says, you know what? I think I need to jump on this service bandwagon because I really don't know what I want to do with my life. So he chose the Marines. I tried to get him to go Air Force, but he wanted to be one of the few. So
nothing wrong with that. I met him, and I'm very proud that he made his decision. I truly believe that every young person should take the opportunity, especially if you're in this area.
Yes.
Take the opportunity, join the military. It's a great place to start. That was one of Army's slogan when I first joined. the Army. Be all you can be. Great place to start.
Yes.
It's a great place to start. Don't mean you have to finish. Join 3, 4. I don't know what the years are now, but 4 years. Have a plan. Go in and have a plan to get out.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. My journey was very similar to yours. Like my dad, and I told Adams this, my dad, like when I was senior year, like, what are you going to do with your life? You got to figure out what you're going to do with your life. And I was given some options by my dad, and me and my friend went to the recruiter station, not knowing what we're doing. And then we signed up, and I was unsure what I signed up for. I think it was infantry initially what I signed up for. Then later on, there was a reclassification that came about, and I got out of that, and I went into quartermaster, which was the best decision that I've ever made in my entire life, because I don't think I was built to be an infantryman. I might have been built to be an infantryman, but some working as a veteran, hats off to my paratroopers, my rangers, special ops, field artillery. Y'all guys are deaf, so it's
true.
It is a different ballpark out there, man. And y'all guys really don't know what veterans deal with on a daily basis, the aches, the pains, and everything. So I always say, and I tell my kids, be a little patient when you see a veteran that's out there. When you see one of those hats with words you don't understand, just be a little patient with them, because they're struggling to adjust back to society. So yeah, definitely are struggling to adjust back. So let's transition. Okay. You started off as a non-commissioned officer. Okay, and
enlisted, yes.
Enlisted.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a specialist, and then you became an officer. How difficult was that transition from?
It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was a difficult transition, but you realize the minute I left, I was a corporal. I had gotten the scholarship. My commander called me in the office and said, "Hey, the Army has a new program. We can send you for a year. We'll make you an E5 here. You will go to PLDC, and you can forego the scholarship, become an E5, go to school for a year, or still on active duty, but you'll be E5." And I was like, "No, I don't want to do that. I'll take the scholarship." So I come back in the Army 5 years later. And sometimes it doesn't take 4, it takes 5.
That's all right, man.
But I came back.
Yes, sir.
I came back in the Army, second lieutenant. And it was different. I'm no longer at that level anymore. I'm the one giving the orders of what needs to be done and checking on it. I'm not doing. I'm not down and doing the PMCSs on the vehicles anymore. I'm making sure the PMCSs have been done. I will say, for me, I felt there was a better decision to be an officer.
Yes.
For me. And I enjoyed my transition as well as my progression up the ranks. I enjoyed that.
And I'm going to say this. Some of my best leaders were prior military. They were like enlisted, and then they became officers, because they knew what it was to be on the ground doing the PMCSs. They understood. It seemed like logic and common sense merged with them, as compared to someone that's from West Point. So,
I can only speak for myself. I understood when we had to tell troops, "Hey, we're going to be out there on Saturday," or "You're coming in on Saturday to finish this up because we got to be out of the motor pool on Monday at dark 30.
Yes.
Or we come back on Friday. "Hey, we're not leaving until everything is dressed.
Yes.
And we're here till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Wives out front. Hey, I remember being a commander. Your husband will be out as soon as we get accountability."
Exactly.
We don't have accountability.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and again, that leadership extends out, because you being a leader, you understand the importance of family and morale for soldiers, but there's a thing called mission first. And being in the military, you learn that very quickly with mission first. Military is the only place where people don't necessarily have to get along, but when they are hit with a time limit to spend time with their family, they figure it out real quick.
They definitely do.
Yeah, definitely. This is Dr. Rodney Dougie. You're listening to the Lively Art of Conversation. We'll be right back after these commercials.
Words have power. They connect, heal, and inspire. That's the mission at Better Watch Your Tone, LLC, founded by Toni B. Shelton. She's empowering through powerful poetry and prose, with hundreds impacted through speaking events, workshops, and 8 self-published books. Ready to honor the story within? Discover books and coaching at betterwatchyourtone.com. For event poetry or book writing support, email tonyshelton@gmail.com. Let's use our words to uplift. Better watch your tone. You've built a life worth celebrating. Now it's time to be seen. At Las Foto de Lance Photography, they don't just take portraits, they capture the fire in your spirit and the power in your presence. Whether you're reclaiming your confidence, owning your story, or stepping into a new chapter, Las Foto de Lance Photography creates luxury images that reflect the real you. Visit lasfotodelance.net or drop by their Harker Heights studio. Las Foto de Lance Photography, unapologetically you, immortalized. Looking to elevate your brand or capture unforgettable moments? New Image Media offers top-tier videography, photography, personal branding, and more. They combine creativity and quality with fair pricing and friendly service so you get the results you want. Whether it's a business promo or special occasion, they bring your vision to life with quality you can trust. Choose New Image Media, where your image is everything. For more info, email media@newimagemediallc.com.
This is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Heritage Legacy Curators. You're looking for something for your kids to do this summer? Well, reach out to me at Impact Outreach, IMPAC outreach @gmail.com, because Heritage Legacy Curators is all about collecting oral history. So if you have stories that you would love to pass down to your kids, or if you have a project that maybe your kids need to do as it relates to oral history, bring those family albums out and we'll sit there and we'll sort through those family albums, so that way we can collect those stories and keep those stories within the family, so that way they can be the next speakers to curate your family reunion. We're back with the lively art of conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn. My goodness, we pass it along. I am here with the man himself, Mr. Steve Johnson. Now, we're going to unpack a little bit. Steve Johnson's from Biloxi, Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
Biloxi, Mississippi. Joined the military, went in, enlisted. Hey, man, got the opportunity of the lifetime, and he took it. He went to Jackson State. I don't want to mix that one up.
No,
I was
not Jacksonville State. No, Jackson State.
Jackson State. And then from there, he graduated. Your degree was in
computer science.
Yes. And went off and done how many years in the military?
Total of 24 years, 9 months, 3 days, 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 17 seconds.
He got that down to the T.
Well, I mean, they give it to you on your sheet of paper when you retire. They tell you, not the seconds, but
yeah, definitely, man, definitely. So you got out, became a school teacher. You've done 10 years as a school teacher, man. Number one, you've done double service here. Like you
giving back to the community.
Yeah,
yes,
giving
sir.
back to the community, and with your training, and your intellect, you could have done anything besides teaching. Like, you probably could have went out and easily got a 6-figure job doing something. But the mere fact that you came back to educate just means a lot.
Well, I want to give back to the community, like I said. I look back at my military career while I was at Fort Leavenworth. I went ahead and got my master's in computer science. So when I got out, I was like you said, I'm going to go out and get this 6-figure job. And the first thing they said, all the IT companies that I talked to, was, have you worked in IT? And I was like, no. Well, we were proud that you got the degree, but you do not have any experience. So I was like, we can start you at this. I was like, oh, no, that's okay. So I had to go back to school. Don't be afraid to go back to school. So you have to get those certifications that you need. You have to work in the industry that you want to participate in. While I was going back to school or trying to get those certs, an opportunity came up of, hey, why don't you be a teacher? And I was like, you know what? I know I can do that.
Yes.
That's all I've been doing in the military is teaching.
Yep.
And being a leader. So I was like, okay. I went back, got my certification, and became in elementary ed. And I was like, okay, I'll do this I had planned only doing this for like 2 or 3 years. Next thing you know, it was 5. Next thing you know, I was like, okay, I'm in it. I might as well stay in it.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about some lessons that you learned along the way. We have discussed, and you had told me about never say never. And what does that mean to you? Never say never.
Never say never, because you'll find yourself doing this thing that you said you would never. I'll never do that. I grew up watching my mom be an educator in Mississippi, the lowest paid educators the whole time that I was growing up. And it was like, I'll never be a teacher, man. I can't see that. Also said, watching thoughts about being in the military. When I graduated from high school, I was like, join the military. Give 4 years of my life to I can't do that. And the Army came out with that 2-year program. I can give 2 years, I guess. So never say never. Well, I joined the military. Because I joined the military, I had the opportunity to become an officer. So I mean, be glad that you do some of those things that you said you would never do.
Yes. Yeah. And it's amazing because I can like totally, like, I have a similar type thing. My mom was a master librarian, and she had all these programs, that kids can go to. And I used to hate to go to these programs, but I was her son, and those were my babysitters. Right. So the program. And I said, man, I'll never do anything like this. I'll never have programs for kids. And, I've been doing it for 25 years. So never say never.
Never say never.
Never say never.
You'll find yourself in that shoebox, I guess you would say.
Exactly. So you had said to me, don't let the no's in life stop you from growing or going forward.
Yeah, sometimes you'll hear a no. Oh no, you can't do that. Who's that person to tell you can't do it? Now, you may not have the skills or the qualifications at this time, but if that's something that you truly want to do, that means you got to buckle down. If it means going back to school, if it means learning math, you got to buckle down and learn the math, or go back to school and learn whatever skill that you're missing, and do it.
Yeah, and I like that, because you said that no sometimes mean not right now.
No.
Yeah, and I actually like that. To steal something from Les Brown, no means next opportunity. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Les Brown, definitely.
Yeah, so and I've learned that too, because I've had so many no's to get a yes. So you have to be very careful, when you're dealing with people sometimes, because they will definitely stop you along the way. So be a learner, and don't be afraid to go back to school and learn something new. So how do you feel about that?
As I look back over my life and look at everything that I've done, start over if you have to. I've went out and got my health license. I've gotten my securities license, so I can sell securities. I've gone back to school, and like I said, I didn't have certification. Now I have my Security Plus license. A certification, not license, but a certification. So I'm ready to move back into IT now, and I have the certs to prove it, so I can walk in and command a level that I feel comfortable with.
Yeah, definitely. Do you find it difficult, like, and this is just a little bit off topic, do you find it difficult to do a job interview with someone that has less qualifications than you interviewing you?
Sometimes it is a little difficult, and you realize that, okay, I realize I have a little more qualifications than you, and you're saying I'm not qualified for this position. That reminds me, when I first got out in 2012, I went over to the VA. I was going to apply for a VA job.
No way, man.
GS3. And I was told that you were overqualified. I'm qualified for the job. I'm qualified. How can I be overqualified?
Oh, my God. Yeah, it sounds like an intimidation factor. Like, I'm going to be intimidated of you because you're going to take my job when you come in. Yeah, I never quite understood that. And I know a lot of people battle with that. And I've heard that time and time again from veterans. I'm overqualified. And I was like, what is it to be overqualified? You would if I was hiring someone and they were okay with the pay and they were overqualified, I would think that would be the best selection.
Best selection, yes.
It's crazy because you look at NBA players, the NFL players, sometimes they're overqualified for the position they're in, but you don't think Jerry Jones is going to turn them down? No, I'm gonna put you right in that role. Yeah, and I save how many million? Yeah, we'll do that. You see it all the time, but when it comes to us in the workforce, it's a little bit different. So
definitely.
I want to say this, and I've been hearing this a lot, and it's something that you have sent me about elders' sage advice.
Yeah, you got to listen to your parents, listen to your elders, sage advice that they give you. I think about even just being in this community yourself.
Yes.
Dr. Rodney Duckett, the advice that you've given me over the years that we've known each other now. People like our elder, Phyllis Jones.
Yes, yeah.
Our elder, Mr. Babatunde. Just to name a couple. If I keep naming names, I'm going to miss somebody. So I apologize if I didn't call your name out. But there's so many of us that are around here. If the young people will just listen, they can make that next step or make it to the next height that they want to make.
Yeah, definitely. And the advice from the elders is the most richest gold that you ever put your hands on. And I always say, take the moment in time to speak to your elders. Sometimes we get too busy and we do not want to listen to our elders, but take the time to listen to elders. One thing that I know for sure, they've already experienced what you're going through. I'm telling you, they have. You'll be surprised what they have went through, and they just, I forgot that I went through that too. Just take that time.
Definitely take the time. And one other thing I'd like to say in reference to that is the journey starts with the first step. And that first step could be talking to that elder about what you want to do.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that journey is about that first step. And most of the time, one thing I've learned about elders, they'll tell you to do it. They'll push you to your greatness if you only listen. But they will also tell you what pothole you're about ready to step into. Definitely. And I've never been wrong by my elders. My elders have never given me any advice that I said, man, I shouldn't even listen to that person. But people my age, boy, they give me some bad advice. They haven't experienced nothing. They be giving you bad advice. It's like, man, you should not talk for a whole year. Like, because your advice is so bad. Like, and you probably see this a lot because now your career path has changed slightly. People give bad investment advice.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, my goodness. And people will run with that investment advice and lose all their money.
Yes, instead of doing their own research and trying to due diligence of making sure that what they're investing in is a good investment, or going to talk to someone that's their profession. Go talk to a professional advisor.
Yes.
I don't have the money to pay for that. Okay, then do your research online and see if this makes any sense that you're going to take $50,000 and dump it into something. Maybe start with something a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Or don't invest. Or that's the worst thing I've ever heard. What you mean don't invest? I did a little research myself this weekend. I asked myself, had my mom put $50 into Coke when I was born in 1969, just $50 a month until today, present, I would have over $40 million.
Oh, Lord.
So I would say investing, start early. Start now. If you haven't invested, start early, start now, and stay for the long haul.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I definitely. Your achievements, and I want to keep this on your achievement, because one of the achievements that you got was completing your security and certifications, but then also you've completed. Help me out here. With your life insurance,
life insurance, securities, so I can sell mutual funds and so forth. I'm still working on being able to sell individual stocks.
Yes,
but I can sell mutual funds. I can help people with their life insurance, any other financial matters that may come up. Give them a little counseling on how to budget and how they should plan out for their future.
See, I'm gonna try to get some free services from you here real quick. I have a lot of men, and I speak diligently when I'm out. And you've been at some of my platforms. I just recently had a conversation with a group of men down in Austin, Texas, at a church about men's health. And I said the first thing about men's health, and this is how my talk is going now, is what's your life insurance policy?
Yes. Do you even have one? Oh, I'm going to get one when I leave my job. Having a job life insurance policy is great, but eventually you're going to leave that job.
Yes.
And unfortunately, when you leave that job at age 30, 40, 50, and you try to get out there and purchase life insurance, you're going to be buying life insurance at 50 years old.
Yes.
And if you are, that price is going to probably be at a price that, you know what, I don't need that right now.
Yes, yeah.
Or either the life insurance that you can afford may not be adequate for what you have, because now you have a house that's $500,000. You have that brand new Lexus out there.
Yes.
So if something happened to you, you would prefer that whoever your family is could pay off the house. So you need to have a life insurance that's comparable.
Yes.
To be able to do that.
And you're right on point as a subject matter expert, because I truly feel, and this is just me, and I know this is strong, but just take it the way it is. As a man, it's irresponsible not to have life insurance on yourself or your family. Period. I am so sorry. At
least have 50,000 or 25.
Yes.
Something so that you're not doing nothing wrong with this. For anybody who has to, please don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with GoFundMe, but you would prefer not to GoFundMe.
Yes.
At least have enough money to help bury yourself and help the family along for a few months.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, and this is something that I tell my kids, and people might think I'm wrong for this, but it is what it is. I tell my young kids in juvie, some of them that are out of juvie and grown men that are still living that lifestyle. I said, man, you're young and healthy, but the way you live your life on the streets, do you got $100,000 policy on you? Can we put some money to the side if you're going to be ripping and running in the streets and doing the stuff that you're going to do? So at least your daughter and your children or your mama or someone is taken care of. And a lot of times they look at me like, well, why would I do that? Because, dude, your house got shot up. Your car got shot up. You know what I'm saying? You're in and out of prison. You've been stabbed in prison. Can you get a life insurance policy on you?
Right.
So... yeah. And I know that's a little strong for Sunday, but but still, again, if you're going to live that life, you might as well be insured. Hey, if football players insure themselves and they can be paralyzed and killed by a hit, if we're living that lifestyle on the streets, why not just put some insurance on you? At that age, I don't think it costs that much, does it?
At a young age, no,
Yeah.
it really doesn't. It really is not that expensive if you get it while you're still, if you're in your 20s and healthy, you should be able to get a policy that doesn't cost that much. I'm not saying $1 million policy. Like I said, 50, 25,000, start off small, and you can always go up.
Mm-hmm. What age should a young man or a young woman start really worried about life insurance policies? Uh-oh.
At what age should a young person?
Yeah.
When they graduate high school and are out on their own.
Graduate high school.
But parents should be worried about it the minute they're born.
Okay. It goes all the way to the parents. Yeah.
Back to the parents of, hey, do you have a child rider on your life insurance policy to cover your child till they're 18/25 years old? Mm-hmm. And at 25, that child takes over that policy, and they may only keep it at $25,000. Okay, so... but it's a price that they can pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I know I'm beating on these achievements, but you're a subject matter expert. Is there anything else that you would like to give them, as it relates to, investing in yourself, investing in your family? Is there any other information you would like to give them?
Well, I will say to everybody listening, invest in yourself. Always seek to improve. Be a life learner. Don't be afraid to, if you all you can do is Google or use ChatGPT to get you to the next level, take that opportunity to do that.
Okay.
Be a life learner.
All right. This is Dr. Rodney Ducker. We'll be right back with the lively art of conversation. We are back with the lively art of conversation where we live, we learn, we earn. My goodness, we pass it along. If you're thinking about being a part of the lively art of conversation, please reach out to me at livelyartofconversation@gmail.com. Commercial, event, nonprofit, whatever you have, we want you on this show to talk about. And we are back with my good friend, my big bro right here, Mr. Steve Johnson. We have to pass it along, Mark. We pass that wisdom down. And I'm going to ask Steve, what wisdom would you like to pass down to the audience?
One I had to learn myself. Your way is not always the best way or the only way. Others do have good ideas and they do work.
Wow. That is true. I've been caught up in that too. I've been caught up thinking I'm the smartest person in the room. It's my way or no way at all. So yeah, and other people's do have good. Yeah, you do got to listen. I've learned, Steve. This is what I've learned, to now let other people speak before I speak. Never be the first one to speak. So, because it might be a good idea, but like, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad either. Okay, yeah, we could do it that way. Put my foot in my mouth. But also, I would say, as I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, and Colossians 3:13 states that bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord has forgiven you. I mean, if you're willing to forgive someone, or first, bear with one another. If they have a different opinion than you, or you feel they slighted you in some way, okay, try to see their point of view about it. And if you need to forgive them for what they've done to you, forgive them. The forgiveness is, as you've always grown, as I've grown to hear, and I know you've heard, forgiveness is for you.
Yeah.
You forgave them, but that's for you to let it go.
Yeah.
Just let it go. Because if you don't, it's going to ride you for the rest of your life.
Man, thank you for that, because I struggle with that. I mean, if there's...
Wake up in the middle of the night, they shouldn't have done that. Okay, why is that on your heart?
I know. I wear it. It's restrictive clothes sometimes. No, but I look at that as well too, forgiving and the healing process as well too. So you're definitely right. With that. Yes, sir.
I'm not going to quote any of that, but as you mentioned about, I hear your commercial bits about being a part of a nonprofit. I'm part of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Yes, sir. Let's talk
about that. And we have several things coming up in a few months, and hopefully the community will get out and join us. We have Young Royalty crowned in gold.
Okay.
This is an event for seniors, young ladies in the area. They can come out and participate. It's a pageant. Last year it went very, very well. September the 30th is September the 6th is our meet and greet for that. And the applications are due on September the 30th. And November the 1st is when the pageant will happen.
Okay.
Mad City Money is another event that we co-sponsor along with Sigma Gamma Rho. And that's going to happen also on the 1st of November from 10 to 1. And it's going to be at CTC. We have our annual Scholars Bowl on December 6th, the first Saturday in December. Come out, help support us by participating in the Scholars Bowl so we can give out scholarships the following year. Our annual Old Gold and Black Banquet is that same night, December 6th. If you come out and support us, again, those monies help us support our community and all the things that we do. And trying to get to this event real quick, one that I know that you've been to and you've seen your young men have participated in.
Yes, sir.
The 9th annual MLK Oratorical Contest is going to happen January the 17th.
Yes.
It's going to be at, I forgot the name of the community center.
Doss
Community Center.
Yes.
Alice Doss Community Center. January 17th. Your young man has participated in that, and I know you've been there. I've seen you there. This is a great opportunity for young men to work with public speaking.
Yes, definitely.
Get out. Have your young man from ages of, I believe now we've even accepted middle school students to enter into the contest. But we target 9th through 12th graders. But we had an 8th grader 3 years ago who won second place.
I'm voluntold Isaiah voluntold. So
yes. Last but not least, I can't go without saying that we have a mentoring group called Alpha Esquires.
Yes.
And definitely would like young men who are in 6th grade to 12th grade who would like to participate. We meet once a month. Go to ColleenAlphas.com /Esquires, and you will be able to apply to be an Esquire. Now, we can't take the whole community. I believe we're trying to limit it at 15 because of the number of mentors that we have. But we have great guests who come in and speak with our young men, sort of like Dr. Duckett, that has come to our Project Alpha events.
Project Alpha, yes, sir.
Right now we're planning Project Alpha for February of 2026.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, ladies and gentlemen. If they need to get to this information, do you have a website or anything where?
Yes, ColleenAlphas.com. Go to ColleenAlphas.com.
ColleenAlpha.com.
Alphas
with an S.com. Go there to get this information. If you want to, you can reach out to me at Lively Art of Conversation. I'll shoot your email over to Steve as well. He'd be willing to answer any questions that's needed. I highly recommend that if you are a single mother or just family members to bring your children out. I love the Oracle event. I really do, because one of the things that kids will never be able to master and get over is the ability of public speaking. That is an art form, and that will take you so many ways. That will open up so many doors. So definitely get your kids out there. Even if they're not going to participate, let them see it. Maybe next year they can participate with it. So. Steve, yes, sir. Steve, do you have anything else you would like to pass along to the audience? The floor is yours, sir.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you touting the oratorical. And you said, well, why would I want to be an oratorical? First place is $500.
Ooh, I might join.
Second place is $300. Third place is $150. And we're not talking about, we're talking about cash.
Man.
Check written to you.
Goodness, man. I'm short. I might be able to pass if I shave off these whiskers.
Definitely. And as well as your daughters entering into our Miss Junior Old Gold and Black pageant. Yes. First place, $700. Runner up is $500.
Wow.
So if you have a 12th grader and she wants to get on stage.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the work your fraternity does in the community. I've been in this community almost 30 years. I've been rolling with you at least
10.
Yeah, no, probably close to 15 years, and we've been putting in work. And
yes, sir.
And every time you reach out to me or I reach out to you, it's just interchangeable. The work that you guys do, and I really love supporting your events because it is so good to see our kids in a different platform. Other than sports, nothing against sports, but to see them speak, just to see the thought process and the time that they put into it to even present, even the mistakes, even when they make mistakes, as a human being, you can say, you know what, I've been and done the same thing, because you can relate to that and how they recover from the mistakes and things like that. I mean, these kids really are our future, and I want you guys to invest. I want you to invest in our youth. It's very important for you to invest in our youth because they all we got. So invest in our youth.
Well, I do want to leave with one other thing.
Yes, sir.
It's not just Alpha Phi Alpha. It's the D9 that is here. There's plenty of other mentoring groups that are here. Seek us out. Yes. We want your child to be a part, and we want to help the community as much as possible.
Yes. Well, you heard it. Once again, my man, my big brother, Steve Johnson. Honor, pleasure for you giving me the most valuable currency that any human being can give another human being. That's your time, brother.
Yes, sir.
And
Building that relationship.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
This is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation, where we did live, where we did learn, we earned it, and my goodness, we passed it along. We will see you next week. Thank you very much.